this month kind of took me back to just reflect and think about my love life. When I talk about love, I'm not only talking about romantic life. I'm talking about the love, the most purest and dearest love I have for my mother, and the love she has for me. I don't know, I feel, do you know, after so long, I used to be in boarding school. Most of my life I've been in boarding school. So every time I'd see my mom after a very long time, I didn't even have to speak. Just seeing her and tears would start dripping. I'd just be so happy. You know, I can't even explain it. Just seeing her was enough. That feeling of just joy and peace, you're like, oh my God, do I love you or do I love you? I don't say there's nothing my mother has ever done. And you could go like, okay. As much as I might get disappointed sometimes, of course, we all have that in all the relationships that we have. It's never been that, I don't know, umchuki yani. But once you love, you just love. Love is just beautiful. And the biggest struggle I've had with love is just trying to maintain the innocence of saying, you know what, I was hurt maybe by what you did, but that's just it. To identify the mistake from the person and say, you won't make my heart go cold, you won't make me hate love because of your actions. I realize it's just that mistake. Most importantly, it has nothing to do with me. And trying to just stay very positive with love. I am a hopeless romantic sometimes. Well, not so much. I'm a very skeptical person, but deep down in my heart, one day I hope, you know, to find just the one person who can be the one person. I don't know. Well, when it happens, it happens. I don't know. I'm not even sure I've ever stopped for a minute to look for the one. Hence why I haven't found one. But anyway, forget about me. So I have been reading this book about The Value in the Valley, and it's by Yanla. And she said something that I really liked. She said, she has a quote, let me read it for you. She has a quote that says, "Love doesn't make the world go round. It makes the trip worthwhile." And I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah. The first thought that I have when I think about love is a safe space. A safe space for my heart, for my mind, for my body, for my soul. And that applies to the love that I give to others.
Love is freedom.
Exactly.
If I can be able to be free around you regardless of our relationship, be it friends, be it family, be it your significant other, as long as I can be free, be myself around you, I believe that's a form of love. So when it comes to loving unconditionally, I believe that depending on, I'm a person who believes somebody's upbringing really determines a lot about how, you know, they are as an adult. So if you didn't get the right kind of love when you were young, I believe that's when you get to a point where you feel like love is a transaction, where if I give out love, I should receive ABCD, you know, vice versa. But if you've been loved the right way, you just love, you know, you love and you let go. So for me, it's not really about gender. I feel it's more about, the traumas. Man, people out here traumatized as fuck, projecting their insecurities. So for me, love is freedom. And,
love is a beautiful thing. So if you ever get a chance to just be be vulnerable and get to really experience the beauty of what it could be, then by all means, manze, go for it, and you know, don't play around with it. So yeah, I just believe in the beauty of it. You know, when it happens at the right time, then yeah.
Compatibility is not always we get along, you know. Compatibility is not birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
Compatibility can also be opposites attract. So the variables of truth when it comes to compatibility ni mob. Maana unapata toxic trait yake haini affect.
Yeah.
Na tuna move to tuna love. But there's someone else who cannot stand that trait. That's compatibility. For me to say I love this person, it's like small things that they do over a period of time. Yeah, it's very, very small things that I like, that he doesn't even know. Maybe it's the way he holds his glass, the way he chews, the way he looks when he closes his eyes. Can't say the same to me. It looks terrible when I close my eyes. The little things he does, the thoughtfulness, vile atenda kukunywa maji akulete yako na aja kuuliza. It's yes, of course, yes. Like I said earlier, as women, we just destroy the whole idea of love. Like we want him to pay the rent, buy you a car, be like, baby, you jumped, I don't want you jumping anymore, here's the keys. You know, we want so much from these guys, and I feel like it takes away the innocence and the beauty of just love. Love is so simple. It's just the small things. The way atakufunika ukilala. You know, those are the small things that make me fall in love with someone over a period of time.
Men have forgotten their
The power and submission is
huge. They're trying to equate themselves to men.
Yeah.
And one thing that they don't realize is we as men cannot do what women can do.
Yeah.
Women cannot do what men can do. And we are talking on a holistic term as a human being.
Yes.
We're not talking about sijui in work terms, sijui
Egotistically.
not exactly. So for me, I think it's just that element of even men have forgotten their power. You get me? So we just, as human beings, have forgotten our humanity and are just trying to move like, I can't say robots. I'm just saying that once we go back to who we are as humans, I think tutapata hiyo power. So because there are moments when you just sit down and when your ego is down, when your ego is not in the way, you allow yourself to feel certain things. But the moment now your ego is back up, that's when all the bullshit comes. So for me, I believe it's just that thing of forgetting our power and trying to be what is being showcased and preached to
What
us.
we should be instead of what we are.
Yeah.
And if
Some
it doesn't,
things come naturally to women, just that
Like
nurturing,
submission.
that nurturing element of them. But they're like, why should I be? Because and then the ego wall comes up and everything gets messed up. So for me, that's just what it is. Just forgetting that we are humans and we're not all this bullshit that is preached to us.
amen. Preach, brother. I just broke it down to understanding the types of people that we have in the first place. Earlier this year, I think around last month, I was reading a book about the types of people that we have in our lives. So we have the adders, we have the subtractors, we have the multipliers and the dividers. So basically what this is the adders in your life. And you have to recognize the adders. You have to recognize all these people in your life, and you also have to recognize the kind of person you are yourself. So for the adders are the people who just add value into your life. So for instance, if you can check this out with your friends. So the person who's always like, transition chama, let's start a chama, let's save up for a trip, let's start working out, let's start a diet, they're always trying to find new things to add into your life as well as theirs. So they'll always involve you in activities that they know are very productive and beneficial to you. These are the adders in your life, so you better take note of them. And the other thing about adders is that they don't really have to do it with just you. They just suggest ukitaka utafanya, sindio? Yeah. And then we have the subtractors. And the others actually gain some joy from this. They just like doing things with people. They get some joy from it. So this is just them. They love to do that. And then you have now the subtractors in your life. The subtractors who just, they're the people who drain your energy. You meet them, you know it's going to be a fight. You meet them, you just know it's going to be a crappy day. You know, they're always just taken away from you. They asked for a loan, how many months ago, they just keep taking and keep taking and keep taking. But now the advantage of the subtractor is that once you correct their behavior, they're very needy. They're very, very needy. If it's not about them, then kutakuwa an issue. But once you correct their behavior, they're always willing to change. So that's a good thing. So a subtractor can become an adder in your life if you want them to stay in your life, if you can afford to have a subtractor in your life. You know, depends on what kind of relationship you have. And then we have the multipliers. The multipliers, they were divided into two sectors, the elevator multiplier and the escalator multiplier. So what a multiplier does, a multiplier kind of multiplies what you already have. So for instance, let's say you're looking for a job, right? For you to look for this job, you need to have certain credentials. You have to have certain papers, right? So what a multiplier will do, the escalator multiplier, what they will do is recognize the skill that you have, blah blah blah, and you're ready to move to the next level. Put you in an escalator, just picture it as an escalator. Put you in an escalator to the next level, where they introduce you now to another multiplier. Usually multipliers are very influential. They know a lot of people, hence why they're in that position in the first place. Most of them are very, very good connectors. So they'll put you in an escalator up to the multiplier, the elevator sector. So the elevator now, the multiplier elevator, what they do now is take you to the other level. Like once you meet the elevator multiplier, you're meeting the powerful, richest kind of people. So they kind of take you now beyond your dreams, or whatever now your dreams are headed. So the multipliers, the mentors, are the teachers we have in our lives. The person that you look up to, that you know, anakwambianga deal flani kivana, just hit me up and I'll know who to hook you up with. You know, those kind of people. But the other thing that you need to understand from these people is that they never stay in your life for good. I mean, they're offering a service to almost everyone. And remember, this is part of who they are. This is their character. So you're not the only one they're mentoring. You're not the only one they're trying to help. So don't expect a multiplier to stay in your life forever, and don't catch feelings when they don't stay in your life forever. And you also need to realize when to release a mentor, when to release, when to go to the next level. You can't stay the same level forever. And when you go into a multiplier, you need to have your shit together. Like you need to know what they're multiplying. You just come and expect them to figure out what to do with you. You need to come with a plan so that they can help your plan become a bigger plan, or a better one, or become reality, however it is for you. And then we meet finally the dividers. So what the dividers basically do is take whatever you have and divide it. Yeah, basically they totally take away from you. And the difference now, these ones, they're manipulators. They know what they're doing. They know they're taking it away from you intentionally. And their main source, their main thirst, the main feed of this is just control. They just want control. They want, they're the people who will keep you away from talking to your family, keep you away from talking to your friends. If it's not them, it's them. it's them 24/7. If you're not picking up his phone, who the fuck are you talking to? His or her phone. I don't mean to be gender biased. Just pardon me. But it goes both ways. It can be toxic both ways. Yes, they're usually the toxic ones. Well, I admit we all have some toxic traits, but the dividers are usually the ones that take a lot more from people than they actually give. They never even give. They only take. Now, with knowing the types of people that we have, these 4 types of people that we have, you know, first you identify where you fall, and then second you identify the people around you, your friends, your family, everyone who's around you. Just find out, are they adding into my life? Are they subtracting? Are they dividing it? Or hell, who's multiplying in my life? You know, you have to figure out these things. So when you're meeting someone that you feel like you can have any romantic kind of relationship with, these things should be in your head. The way you're coming, are you coming as a multiplier in my life? Are you requiring so much energy from me? Every time I'm with you, I just feel like I've come from Sijui. Hey, you know, you just feel drained. You're not really adding to my life. If every time we meet, my account goes 0. Every time. I can't. You have to identify the people around you as well. You can't let everyone just see you. Everyone just kwani I z. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself to be loved right. You have to be happy with yourself. Who do you expect to come and chill out with you the whole day if you can't do that by yourself? Who do you expect to take you out and have a nice meal with you if you've never done it yourself? You don't even enjoy your own company. Who do you think will enjoy your own company? Please love yourself first before you start loving other people, or you start telling people how to love you or telling them how they're not loving you right. Are you loving yourself right in the first place? The greatest love of all begins itself. There's a quote that always goes, hurt people. What they don't say at the end of that is that also loved people always love people. Healed people will always heal people. Do you want to be the one who's always hurting people? Because you will get it back, you know. You hurt, you get hurt back. See, you are not niandaga. The law of attraction. You give. It's. There's no way. I'll drop this pen. If I let it go, there's no way I'm expecting it to go back up. It's just the law of attraction. That's how it goes. Law of gravity and all. So, you want to receive the purest love? You want to receive the most unconditional love? Here, you start with yourself. You start with yourself. The kind of love you imagine in this world, if you can give yourself that kind of love, oh, trust me, you found it. You found it. You found it. Love is beautiful. Let no one cheat you. Love is beautiful. Love is amazing. And until next time, I love you all. Bye bye.